It's the weekend, it's Mailbag, it's October 23rd. It's been a lively week for the Toffees, let's say that. I am joined by last week's champion, Hannah Farrell, who's been up since 3 a.m. apparently, and has been working back at the tower. How's that been for you?
Oh, it's been really fun, actually. I've had a really nice week, but I've got another 2 weeks of it, so I just need to get used to being up early again.
So 3 a.m. start for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm really struggling with it, so I want to go to bed already.
If you doze off at any point, I'll just give you a big loud blast of partridge. Yasha, who also looks tired, but I think that's because he's been legging Man United fans all over Twitter this afternoon.
I've had loads of fun, with that. I mean,
Good, hasn't it?
I took it almost as a personal insult, to be honest with you, which is something I do too often with Twitter. But, we win some, we lose some, unless you're me, in which case you just win.
Yeah, I think we won that, and it was reminiscent of Everton Valley in 2005. Matt Jones, who did a nice piece on Michael Keane this week, he's been dead good, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been dead good. Yeah, I appreciate the support. Really nice.
Yeah, no, it was a good piece. Enjoyed it.
Your laptop's having a bit of a moment here, by the way, so if I cut out, that's why. But yeah, good to be here.
Well, it wouldn't be Mailbag if it didn't have some sort of technical hitch, which is usually my fault. But anyway, we'll get going, and we'll start off with that. Ready? Round. Yes.
What did that say?
So,
Hot topic.
What?
Hot topic, isn't it?
The hot topic round?
I just can't hear that at all. I can't.
Oh my God, it's not working. It's the hot topic round anyway. Michael's dead on
Sorry,
it. This is your first sort of competitive Mailbag, isn't it?
He's frozen.
Mike's frozen. Anyway, we'll kick off. Basically, what I do is I ask 3 questions which are loosely related to a news story this week. If you know the news story, shout out the name of a random Everton player, and if you get him first, you get to answer the question. If you get the question right, you get a point. It's that simple.
Are we abandoning Mike?
Sorry, he froze on such a weird icon.
I mean, it's a lovely pose. He's gone. I will admit him again. So he's just going to forfeit this point. He's a natural born winner, so I'm sure he'll claw it back at some point. So, first one, Everton players at the ready. Best ending ever.
Mark Hottiger.
He had a great hairline as well. Right, Mike's coming back in. Yes, that is correct. Bullseye sound effect, but it's obviously not worth. So yeah, that's the right answer. You haven't given me the answer yet.
Oh, it's in relation to the Merseyside derby and the best ending ever.
Yes.
It's very funny end to a football match.
Very funny. I said at the time, it's like, aside from scoring a really, really late equaliser, that is the best way to draw a football match. Sensational.
And the most un-Everton things that ever happen.
Isn't it? which again, I'm convinced we've just been throwing derbies for years now because we just can't be arsed at points. It's not worth the hassle.
It felt like that sort of whole match was like a football match in another plane. Because we had James Rodriguez playing for us. We came from behind twice. Decisions went in our favour. They had the late goal disallowed. It's like, what's going on? Why is this all so un-Everton?
Look, 2020 get weirder.
When Henson scored, I turned it off and put it back on a few minutes later like that. I was like, because it isn't who
That was probably the right thing to do. So Matt, what's the best ending ever apart from last week's derby?
See, I took this on TV and film and stuff.
Anything. It's open. Anything.
Mike's gone again. He's back again.
Gone off. Yeah.
Two came to mind for me. Best TV series ending ever I thought was Blackadder. Really good, very sad in the same breath. And favourite ending to a film ever is probably Seven. Head in the box, all very tense at the end. All that kind of jazz. So I'd probably go them two. One of them. Pick one of them, Les. Whatever's your favourite, mate.
I mean, they're both great shouts. And the thing with Seven is I think it's been long enough that you can't really call it a spoiler because if anyone not seen it, you probably should have done by now. The fact that
I've never heard of it,
Really?
Okay, well I'll leave this for now.
maybe you're just too old.
Oh, it's an amazing horror thriller.
Great film.
I can't watch it again.
Oh, okay.
It is terrific, isn't it?
After the first time I watch it, there's a bit in it where they take it out of some versions. If it's on terrestrial telly, you probably know which bit I'm on about.
The brass.
I'm intrigued.
The lust bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. They take that out of some versions. I remember watching that first time and just being like, yeah, not for me, this. But the ending to that is great. What's in the box?
Hannah, it's a film. It's a film based on there's a serial killer knocking about and he bases his crimes on the 7 deadly sins. And Brad Pitt is absolute peak for me.
I can't believe I've never heard of this before.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, it's amazing.
And he's saying things which make me feel like I should know it, but I don't. All these factors aren't helping.
I mean, it was out before you were born.
Has it been cancelled, this film, or not?
No, I think because Kevin Spacey's a bastard in it. It doesn't.
Is it a bit cancelled?
Why is it a bit cancelled?
Because Kevin Spacey's in it.
Oh, God, yeah, of course he is.
Is he the one from Suits?
No.
House of Cards?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs cancelling on the basis that he's horrific in it, and you don't actually see him properly until about halfway through.
Fair.
Good shout, though, Matt. Anyway, Mike, go ahead then. What's yours?
What? My what?
Best ending ever.
Right, I should say that my internet connection decided to just absolutely die a death. It's okay now because I did the whole turn it off and on again thing. Best ending. I love the ending of Mad Men. The ending of Mad Men is like...
Go, please, because I'm on season 5.
Yeah, I'm on season 2.
I've watched 5 seasons in 10 days. Please don't spoil it.
Mike's not getting. I think Mike's getting the point this time.
Mike. Say no more. You get a point anyway. Okay.
Right.
There you go.
It's the best thing
You have a point anyway. Hannah.
So yeah, I've been like watching Mad Men when I get up at 3 a.m. and I'm not hooked, so I can't have anything ruined.
Honestly, the bit when it turns out that Don Draper is Luke Skywalker's dad bins me off.
Yes.
God. If you're only on season 2, Les, by the way, season 3 is the best, so you've got the best bit of Mad Men.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Anyway, on it. Anyway, I was looking at Mike and anyway, mine's a completely different thing. So mine's the best ending because something that went shit and got made like ripped the wrongs of it. US Office, because the last 2 seasons were fucking awful, but the last episodes where Michael Scott comes back, it rights the wrongs of what they did to it in the last 2
where
seasons.
it's all unscripted and they don't know he's actually going to turn up. Yeah, I like that.
Really? I've never watched it.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Another one that I quite like is the film Pan's Labyrinth has an excellent ending, I think. Like, if anyone's never seen that film, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but that film, the ending to it is just like a proper perfect film ending. Because, with so many films, you get to the end and you're like, yeah, I didn't quite like what it did, but that film, 10 out of 10 ending. Never really been a fan of The Sopranos ending, though. I
like The Sopranos ending, you say?
It just became such a behemoth. It was impossible to end it in a good way.
Yeah.
Another one.
I think like the Wire's ending's like good because it's just like quite understated and just like normal. But like that was always going to be a hard one for them to end. But
Breaking Bad's ending was a bit like probably.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah, but it was all right in terms that it was just incredibly predictable. Like, when you got to the end, it wasn't like you were just like, yeah, okay, it's all right.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
Fucking hell, you're awful.
I've never.
Another good one's just coming to the edge. Shutter Island.
Yes.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah, okay.
But that's a film you can only really watch it properly once.
Yeah.
If you watch it, I've seen it again recently, and you sort of pick up on things that give you clues, which is nice. But then you couldn't really watch it again after that.
Exactly. You're just like, it's like just much of a muchness, isn't it? I don't know.
You know what? Everyone's getting 3 points for this round.
He's right.
Woo.
Do I get an additional one for Mark Hottiger?
You're getting one for Mark Hottiger, yeah. So Hannah's on 3, Mike's on 3, and Matt's on 4. Which seems fair to me because, all excellent answers, and I haven't seen the US Office, so it could be the best ending ever. I don't know.
Oh my God.
What?
Right, so I'm eating this chocolate orange snowman thing.
Has it got a nice ending?
Mate, if the ending's as good as the beginning, yeah. Like, this thing, it's like chocolate. So you got like a Cadbury's outside bit, and then the inside is like chocolate orange truffle.
Ooh.
Amazing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's amazing.
People pay Mike for this content. This is Mike.
Yeah. Like, it's very good. 10 out of 10. Gets 3 mics out of Mike, and
Right, next question. Get your 11 players at the ready. Worst tackle ever?
Cliff Britton.
Cliff Britton. You've been doing in this day for a while now, haven't you?
Yeah, on this day, on Blue Breakfast is finally helping me out with this. This is also about the Merseyside derby, lads.
Go ahead then. Yes, there's your points. You're on 5. Brilliant. Yeah.
The worst tackle ever is 100% Jordan Pickford on Virgil van Dijk.
Well, clearly.
I mean,
Apparently.
just an absolute disgrace. What's he doing? You know,
Premeditated as well.
He could have killed him.
What if he'd had a knife?
What if he
would have had a knife?
Yeah. I think Jordan Pickford should have to phone a soldier's family and apologise.
And then give them his wages as well.
Yeah, absolutely. To a nurse. But I think the actual worst tackle I've ever seen is Kevin Nolan on Victor Anichebe.
Oh, God, when he goes surfing on his leg.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it, actually. Yeah. But then after that, we got the whole he's not that sort of player, like from everyone. It's like, has everyone just seen what he's just done there? He's just 2-footed onto his shin. And Anichebe's so like lucky he's such like a brick shit house that like if that had been like a player who wasn't as strong, his bone would have literally snapped it off. It was unbelievably bad.
Didn't he get like a big payoff from that? If I remember right, like a few years later.
Oh, did he actually sue him?
I'm sure he got sort of like a decent amount of money a few years later.
Do you reckon that's what the Reds are going to do in court? Cite the Nolan versus Anichebe 2009 as a way of the precedent for it.
Jordan Pickford pays his fine in glow sticks.
Yeah, he got it. He got a 6-figure payoff.
Jeez.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love the idea that Kevin Nolan's not that sort of player. 100% is that sort of player.
And a cop.
What is that sort of player? What is he?
Son.
No, but what John, when people say it's not that sort of player, like, do you have to set orphanages on fire to be that sort of player? What is it?
It's that extreme.
I just wonder.
Say it's the... yeah.
That's true though. Like, who is that sort of player? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying to think of like a benchmark in everyday life.
Yeah, I always remember when Ollie Dakor signed for him. Dave Prentice would always write, "He's a lovely fella off the pitch, but then as soon as he gets on the pitch, he's a bastard." So, what is that sort of player? Do you have to be a knobhead off the pitch as well? As on sort of player.
I reckon so.
I'm trying to think like who'd be the. If you made like a list of that sort of player,
yeah,
with first being Souness, like Mike said, who would be last on that list before going into not that sort of player?
I reckon you're probably looking at Souness being top. Steven Gerrard's probably somewhere about the middle, and then sort of scraping the bottom end of it, you're probably at like Patrick Vieira.
Wait, what is Stephen Naismith that sort of player?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, no, because he's too nice off the pitch.
Okay.
Where's Robbie Stanley sitting there?
Yeah, I'd like to know who's like bottom of that sort of player and top of the not that sort of player. Like, where does the line go in all the footballers?
Callum McManaman is the absolute zenith of not that sort of player.
But his tackle was horrendous, wasn't it?
That's why he's not that sort of player, because it was that many times that he did it that he was not that sort of player that made him that sort of player, but yet not that sort of player.
I'm getting very confused.
Hannah, where's tackle scene?
That was what I was going to say. I didn't see it. Yeah.
Oh, what's Cameron McManaman?
No. Nolan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. 2-1. Mike?
I'm sticking with big Cally Mack, to be honest with you. I think Callum McManaman, because he did about 4 of them, didn't he, in the end? And you could have picked from any of them, where he just sort of like had this CV that basically consisted of his references being Roberto Martinez, saying that he's not that sort of player for about 4 years, like consistently. And he was ridiculous with it. Like, there was a point at which, I think it was the second one, he did it to a Spurs player, didn't he? I can't remember who it was. But it was the discussion that he's done this 3 times now. Let's ban him for life. And Martinez was still coming out with, you know, he's a nice boy. He goes to visit his nan occasionally. Likes Christmas cards too, I think. But you know, mistimed it a bit, and the fella's legs like hanging off in 6 pieces. But you know, he cuts his food up in a polite manner. Doesn't put his elbows on the table. He's not that sort of player.
I think there's a good picture there.
What?
It's a compelling argument, Mike, and you get the points for that.
I go.
Although I would say it probably was Roy Keane, really, the worst tackle.
Oh shit! Yeah, of course.
Because the clue was kind of in the gift. He literally went out to end Alf-Inge Haaland and did end him in a very, very efficient manner. Because it didn't look spectacularly bad until you see it in slow motion, and then it's like, oh shit, when it's like, oh, not nice.
What's the soonest one when he absolutely volleys someone and then bends down and
Puts at his own leg?
Like that one's quite
Mick's
bad.
got the ball.
Is that the one in Europe where he proper like rakes his studs on his cods?
I think so, yeah.
I tell you who did another good one of them. Luis Suarez when he was at Ajax. The 2-footer onto someone's leg, bounced off, grabbed his ankle. And I don't know if that's the same one where he got up and scored after it. Like straight. And he was injured.
Yeah, it was.
One.
Another honorary mention for Kevin Mraz for best worst tackle ever on Luis Suarez in the derby.
that was fucking horrendous, wasn't it?
Awful.
I remember being in the ground that day and going, hey, the rest, Suarez has done him there, and being fuming. Mraz got booked for it.
Honestly, the best thing about that is James McCarthy steaming in, appealing for a foul for us. That's the best thing about it, hands down.
Do you know what doesn't get enough airtime though? The other one he did over at the paddock, where he rakes his studs down the back of his head.
Yeah.
Sensational, that. Oh, if ever a player had to come in. Anyway, last one in the hot topic round. Ready, Everton player? What would you change?
I missed that then.
You cut out.
Oh, okay, I'll go again. What rule would you change?
Mark Pembridge.
Yeah. What's this?
Is this about them deciding to change the offside law, which meant that what's his name was actually offside? Sadio Mane was in fact offside, and so was Virgil van Dijk because of the change in the offside law between the arm.
Yeah, that's the one. That is the one. And there's just what rule changes in general. Yeah. So go down, Mike. What rule? You change any rule? Anything? What would you change?
I'm not a fan of pants. I'll be honest.
What, undies?
No, pants. As in, like, I'm fine with undies. I think everyone keep your undercrackers on. Absolutely. Yeah. But I'm not really a fan of pants. I think take or leave pants. And
there's no rule that you have to wear them.
Social acceptability suggests that pants are needed.
That's not a rule.
It's not a rule.
Well, it kind of an unwritten rule unless you're a postman.
Exactly.
No, that's not a rule.
You can wear shorts all year round.
You don't have to wear pants.
Oh my God! All right, so now I've got to come with
just out. So you got it wrong and outed yourself as a sex pest. Well,
yeah, great, thanks. But I'm still. Do you know what? No, I'm doubling down. I don't want pants. Don't want them. So no, they just pants come with choice, and choice is unnecessary. Like I'm fine with underpants. And I will push to shorts occasionally, but actual full-on pants are just the riddle with problems pants.
Oh, hang on. So you mean like pants as in trousers, not just as in like long kecks, like jeans or anything, tracky kecks?
Yeah, I mean all that.
You everything.
Everything.
Jeans. Would you walk around in your bills? Or...
What?
Would you walk around in your bills or shorts?
Bills or shorts. If it's cold, you wear shorts. If it's quite warm, you wear your bills.
Mike's very proud of his legs.
Why would you not be when you've got like slender toothpick legs like me? Of course, honestly.
I mean, for better or for worse, I'm now picturing Mike strolling through town on his bills with an Aperol in his hand.
Now, listen, all three
with
of you.
The wind and rain howling around. Just fucking.
All three of you. Think about that situation where you could just swan round the middle of town with a bevy in hand in your bills.
I'd love to bounce around with a bevy in my bills.
There you go.
Proper would love to do that, yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I suppose it's no different to being away on holiday, is it?
Exactly.
If you're in your little shorts. And...
I don't know. A bit.
Yeah, but even if you went on holiday, you wouldn't like bounce around a bar just like that. Do you know what I mean? That's like beach clubber. Do you know what I mean?
I think
Hannah's been sold on it.
Yeah, I think Les does. I think he's a serial non-pants holiday man.
I couldn't possibly comment on that.
I think just your bills is a bit too much. Like
You
shorts is fine, but that's even more weird in a way, isn't it?
Why?
Like if you got a t-shirt and your bills on, it's like I don't know. It's strange.
And, hang on as well.
That's not just wearing your bills, I think.
And your socks go pulls up as well.
Yeah.
This throws up the complication that your undies don't have pockets.
That is true.
That is a good point.
So you'd
have to wear like a
carry up a little handbag.
Bum bag. It would be a bum bag. So t-shirt.
Cover your modesty with the bum bag.
Honestly, it'd be t-shirt, bum bag, bills, and yeah, there you go. You're ready for your night out.
There's the podcast title, t-shirt.
What if you were right?
Bills.
What if you had like grey bills though, Mike, and it was raining, or like light coloured bills and it was raining?
Well, this is why
everyone's that is an issue, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Well, if it's raining, you wear your clothes accordingly, don't you? Why is this?
Well, we've all been caught in a rainstorm before.
We have, and if that happens, you take it on the chin. That's just how it's going to be.
I reckon Mike's just bought a job lot of waterproof bills, and he's trying to work out a way to flog them.
Waterproof bills, waterproof bills with pockets.
What happens if it rains? It's funny you should say that, Matt.
And the zip is adjustable.
Oh wow!
Right. Yeah. So anyway, Matt,
what was the question?
What rule was you change?
That wasn't a rule, then.
That's not the Matt's rule.
Oh God! I'm just trying to think like social conventions to arrive at that now. The rule I hate in footy is having 90 minutes on the clock instead of just having a countdown timer. Because time wasting is one of those things that people are going to look back at in 20 years and go, why did that happen? Why were people allowed to just take forever off the clock in football?
So would you just go all rugby and just have it when it's out of play, it stops?
Yeah. And imagine the mad scramble at the end of the game when you're trying to score a goal and it's like counting down. It'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, but you'd end up with that situation with like 15 seconds to go, where you'd end up buying a centre-half solely on their ability to punt it diagonally out of play so they could get a long throw in.
Bring them back. I'm all for those players. Aaron Stubbs was class at that.
I mean, to be honest...
Stubbs would be worth 100 million in that era.
Everton have already obviously been on the end of this at the Graham Pole derby.
Of course, yeah.
That's essentially what happened there.
Yeah.
Imagine if that happened, though, and the clock was like ticking down. Someone's running through on goal. Oh, it'd be amazing.
It happened to us again against Man United, didn't it?
Yeah, Jags.
Jags was running through on goal. And I think the best one ever was probably Clive Thomas in the World Cup. Brazil v Sweden, 70s World Cup. And the corner actually gets taken.
And it's in the air.
It's on its way in, and he blows for full time.
Yeah. The rule is, in rugby, the rule that saves that, which I think works quite well, is when the clock goes down to 0, like you play on until the ball is like dead.
Mm.
So whenever the ball goes out of play, or if a goal scored or something, or there's a foul committed, so what you'd end up getting is you'd have a point at the end of the match where one team would be desperately trying to score a goal and the other team would just be trying to take them all out, and you just see some mental tackles.
There'll be some 50-50s there, wouldn't there?
It'd be great if someone just picked the ball up, like, nope, game's over now. There you go. Done.
See, that's how I end games of football training. So, like, we play futsal and we have 5 minutes on. We've got 3 teams, 5 minutes on and off. And I always say, like, if it goes past the 5 minutes, right, as soon as it goes out, that's it. And they still haven't got it in their heads that they need to just kick it out. They just keep attacking. It's like, just kick it out. What's the brightest
I'm still struggling to get over the whole pants drama, to be honest.
There wasn't a rule.
There is.
Anna, what's your rule?
You know what mine would be? That it was like socially acceptable that like we went about our like business in the nighttime rather than the day. Because I prefer the night so much more. Like I love like being awake till it's like nearly the morning and everything. I just prefer nighttime so that it was normal.
That would help Mike's rule as well, because you will be able to see people's legs and stuff.
Go hand in hand, actually. Yeah, that it was just normal to want to like actually like be awake and doing stuff in the night and sleep in the day. That's what I prefer. So
See, this could all change as you get older. Like I need to be.
I'm not like Gavin Elms. I just sit there and do fuck all until I'm 3 a.m. But I prefer it.
Yeah, honestly, it's definitely something you grow out of, which is dead annoying because it is dead good staying up in the night. But now I've got to be in bed at 10 o'clock. I'll just get a bit cranky.
Really?
I get passive aggressively
Don't get
annoyed
old.
myself if I'm awake past about midnight now.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I'm up if I'm up at 3 for work, I go to bed about midnight.
It's terrifying.
Like I'm fine.
What keeps you alive?
I think I'm just a really hyperactive person, to be honest.
Do you come home and have a sleep in the afternoon though, Han, and then wake up again?
No, I haven't had any sleeps this week. Like I've came home and started another job until like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
So you just live off 3 hours sleep?
Yeah.
that's another thing. I'm a big fan of an afternoon nap now. This working from home thing's brilliant for me. I just get my head down like between 1 and 2.
I never nap. No.
After a good 8 hours sleep.
I can't nap in the daytime. It makes me feel sad, as if like I've got nothing else to do.
Hannah doesn't like napping in the daytime, but she wants to be awake all night and sleep all day as a rule.
I just want to be awake all the time. I have energy, but that's not a rule. So I'm in my spectrum there.
How mad would that be, like going out to like go to the pub at like 7 a.m? Because that would be the equivalent if you just flipped it 12 hours, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I with my mates, and then you'd be going home like when it's midday. Everywhere's shutting. Weird.
Yeah. Every time you that would be like an encore pint.
I didn't think about all that factors. I just wanted to stay awake and not feel guilty in the night.
Between this and the cack rule, my head's battered now. Matt, I'm going to ask you the point because yours was actually a rule.
Cheers, mate.
I like the idea of the chaos as well. That's the end of the hot topic round. Mike's looking sceptical there. That is the end of the hot topic.
Thanks for sticking to the rules, Les. I appreciate it.
So
wasn't the whole point to not stick to rules?
No, don't be trying to get me on.
That's a good point there.
All right. Look who's in cahoots all of a sudden, yeah?
I know. Nocturnal,
it's the Insomniac pantsless people.
I think that's probably the title. That
probably is the title, actually, yeah. Insomniac, no pants people. Right, we're on to questions now. And Foxy's asked, if you had to live 1 year on repeat continuously, Groundhog Day, but year style, which year would you pick and why? Can be any year, so way before you were born. In brackets, you get to transport your family and loved ones to. Like, that is if you want to. If you don't want to take them, you don't have to. Matt, you're in the... No, Hannah, you're not.
Oh, am I in the... Oh, okay.
So we'll come to you first.
I was like, shit, what happened? I really don't know. I don't think any of my 22 I'd want to relive forever again. So, what?
I said away.
Yeah, but like nothing. Like,
I'll give you a point for your sadness there.
You get the top violin out.
Little small violin. Mike's not a fan of this point scoring system. I can see.
I don't know. I can't think of it. I don't know. Can you come back to me?
All right, I'll come back to you. If you haven't thought of anything, I'm taking that point off you. Mike?
Okay. What year was the Great Fire of London?
16 something.
64.
Come on,
16,
someone get your
64.
Google
I'm
out.
looking.
I know.
I'm looking.
All right.
1666.
Thank you.
Oh,
We're on for 4 days. 4 days, apparently.
That was close.
I reckon watching
Well,
that.
why would you want to go back to that?
Because I think it's just a bit mad. Like, the idea of an absolutely mad, gigantic fire that just goes on for days and days and days is mental. Like, can you actually imagine it?
It happened in Australia literally this year.
No, but like in the middle of a massive, like, industrial city. Could you imagine it?
I am now picturing you stood in your bills throwing petrol bomb.
That's got like
At,
a
like,
Banksy
4 in the
sketch written all
morning.
over the top. Yeah.
So do you know what? I'd fancy going back and doing it. I'd also quite fancy going back to like 2007.
Any
Reason why?
reason or just
Things just seemed okay. Like, do you remember like that period of like the sort of early 2000s, mid 2000s when stuff was all right for a bit? Like we were all right. Like there was a couple of wars.
The Reds were in the Champions League final that year, though.
yeah,
Got beat,
2006.
Got beat by
2005.
Let's call it 2006 then. That's the nice safe one between the two. Actually, no, they got beat in 2007.
You got beat.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
There you go, 2007. Yeah. Of
But do you know that what's going to happen in that year?
course you do, because you're living it forever.
But you
forget.
I thought you could live it again, and that's it.
No, you have to live it forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
That year to be stuck in.
Like, does your mind get reset though when you get to the end, like Men in Black? Or...
Mine doesn't, because I've decided mine doesn't. If you want to reset your mind like some sort of weird, like, I don't know, weird fella, you can do that. But
Is
for
Les
me,
getting off to find the answer?
I think so, yeah.
But
For me, I reckon living a nice year in the mid 2000s would be all right, just for a bit. Because you know what, everything was kind of okay for a bit. Like, not awful, not great, just all right. But apart from that, I'd like to go and see the Big Mad Fire.
okay, that is quite the contrast. Matt,
I wouldn't go back to a year where hundreds of people died, experienced an event.
Well,
like that,
you wouldn't be able
honest.
to go back to any year literally ever then.
All right, sorry. I want to go back to a year where there was a catastrophic event that led to the deaths of hundreds of people and stand around in my bills watching it. I probably do 2018 because I went on 3 stag do's that year. My sister got married. Mosey got married. I was best man at that wedding. And the World Cup was on, and it was dead hot. Do you remember how hot it was that summer?
It was a good World Cup as well.
Everyone was just going out every day, having a bevy in the beer garden, watching the World Cup on the telly. Everyone sort of got a bit swept up in the England thing, which was nice for a bit. It was just that good. So if I had to live a year over and over again, I'd probably go with that one, to be honest, yeah.
Nah, give me a big fire.
Han, have you picked one?
You know what I says? I had none in my life. If I had
It
to
doesn't have to be your life. It can be before.
Yeah, but I can't think of anything I want to go back and live all the time. So if I'm going to say a year, I'll say 2016. I think that was probably the most decent one I've had. Just finished sixth form and had no responsibility in life apart from like going on holiday and to festivals and stuff. I think that was quite nice.
Is this the one between sixth form and uni? That's
Yeah, and you've got like 5 months to do nothing, and you don't really need that much money then. But yeah,
you get the point for that because that is the best summer of your life. Either that between school and sixth form or sixth form and uni. Probably sixth form and uni because it's a bit longer.
and you can do more shit then as well.
You can, exactly.
So,
Good idea, and it's all legit. Mine was 1985. I just started playing footy with my mates, and everything were brilliant. And it was a nice summer as well. There you go. No one asked, but I'll sort of tell you anyway. Big Carlo boiling big red piss there with James' injury. When have you intentionally boiled piss with comical results, Matt?
With Mike on this podcast right now. In his pantsless fire dance.
The no pants fire dance.
Yeah. Shouldn't really joke about this sort of thing. Should you, Mike? It's not really on.
What? Well, mate,
see, he's fuming.
I think with them. Sorry, what?
See, he's fuming. He's living.
My signal went down. I just want to say to everyone, I've said it before, this is a safe space for whatever you
My God, Les
Mike is
jumping
Mike
in with
is
interruptions.
Mike is fuming, spelled FEWMIN.
He doesn't like an interruption.
I pulled his
He doesn't
I mean,
like an interruption, Mike.
I've got to have the point. I said I was going to do it, and I've done it.
No, I said what because Les just jumped in and interrupted me. If anyone's boiling piss, it's Leslie over there. You're all right.
I have done this to you before. It's absolutely sensational.
Look how you can tell how annoyed he is in his voice. He's getting very agitated.
Not happening.
Mike, when have you boiled piss with comical results?
Well, I'm not much for the old piss boiling. I'll be honest with you. It's not something that I go in for very often. I don't think. Do you know what? My best piss boiling probably recently was the old MC Height and Robbo giving it.
I was just thinking you were going to say that.
Giving it the absolute fume after they were robbed, as he put it, in the Goodison derby. And I decided to point out that he was lucky that no one decided to film themselves on a video calling the entirety of Liverpool's fan base pricks.
No, but the best was you messaging saying, "Can I film myself? I can film myself calling you all pricks if you'd like."
Yeah, and I had a little bit of fun. I won't lie, it was fun. Fun was had, and piss was boiled.
It was, and you got a point for that because it involves.
Thank you.
I thought I had that in the bag then.
To be honest, Mike pulled an ace from his sleeve there. Hannah, go ahead.
I didn't really feel like I could follow that. I don't know. You know what? I was meant to be coming back as the winner, but I'm really tired. My brain's just not bringing answers up at all. I'm just like a shell sat here. Is that just where I've just like pissed somebody off and like stirred the pot?
Yeah. Yeah, but you've done it intentionally and it's actually been dead funny. You lost the head like Mike did with Matt then? Or was it me? No?
I generally can't think.
Hannah's too nice for this.
She is far too nice to be fair.
I am a nice person. I don't like competition.
Although you want to stick the boot into the Reds, go and listen to Kickabout last night. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm seething on that leg.
I want to get on that later, definitely. Mark Ellison's asked, just a one-word answer will do for this, or you can qualify it with a different choice. Is there a better football song than Sunshine on Leith? Hannah?
Nah.
Oh, no. Hannah?
I did a confident no at the same time as Matt.
Mike?
Get your coat on and get moving.
That's what I thought as well.
I don't know. It's a different sort of song.
It is a different sort.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Any song that you can do some sort of little boogie to, like giving your fingers a whole load of pointing, like you can with Spirit of the Blues, absolutely trumps the big wavy fart fest that is Sunshine on Leith.
And plus, when it's sung at Goodison, when everyone does that woo,
the woo is good.
It is.
Yeah.
No one really goes fully in on the woo, though, do they? It's like there's a few people that sort of do it.
Yeah.
And it's
down
like,
the park and make you be surprised, honestly.
Everyone goes, woo, and then you start laughing to themselves. It's like, oh, that was funny, that wasn't it?
The only time everyone goes fully in on the woo is when Everton are winning by at least 2 or 3 goals and there's 5 minutes to go in the game. That's the only time the Gladys Street will ever go fully in on the woo.
Yeah, I think Spirits of the Blues is the best football song. Sunshine on Leith is the best football anthem. That's how I'd qualify it.
Oh, differentiating there, yeah.
Different categories, then that changes things.
He did say song.
So,
All right, so I'll probably go with Mike then on that one, yeah.
So there you go. Miss S. Palmer got in touch via email. As Mike said, told him we want real mail next time.
Yeah.
P.O. Box, let's get a P.O. Box, Matt.
As if I'm giving my address out on here.
I'd love a P.O. Box, you know.
P.O. Box 1878.
Yeah.
Yes.
God, do you remember?
It'd be like,
who remembers P.O. Boxes now?
it'd be like that thing where Neymar accidentally gave Richarlison's his number out last week and he just got thousands of people phoning him, didn't he? Kicking off about the tackle.
Yeah. I mean, if you were Richarlison, you would just give Neymar's sister's number out, wouldn't you? In retaliation. Anyway, Miss Ash asked, with all the shite going on after the derby, what song would you want blaring out the tannoy public address system at Goodison next time the Reds are over? Mike.
Public address system, Jesus. Do you know what? I'd probably try and absolutely knacker them out with it. I'd try and kettle their heads with it. You need to go something absolutely mad and weird and just strange. So I would lash on Breathing by Kate Bush in an attempt to make them question their own existential place in the world in what is a globalized, harmful place that is just uncomfortable and nauseous and confining. And hopefully it'd have the same reaction with Jordan Henderson as the big air raid siren did a couple of years ago, because that was funny.
When he visibly shit himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
And the guys should singing on to that.
I was actually going to put that on Spotify, then I will do. Can anyone hear that?
No.
No, so it's not working.
Right.
So yeah, what Breathing by Kate Bush.
Yeah.
Because Matt.
I've got a list of this because I thought there's just so many apt ones. I've got Cry, Cry, Cry by Johnny Cash. Cry Me a River by Justin Timberlake.
That's what I had.
It's all About You by McFly. Cult of Personality by Living Colour. And probably the one I would pick by the Kinks, I'm Not Like Everybody Else.
Matt, yeah. So, Tanner, you had Cry Me a River.
Yeah.
Matt, I think you have to have the point just for the, just for the list.
I feel like McFly was a good one as well.
Yeah,
that was
McFly's a good one.
one.
Right, sorry, I've just been distracted because Janie.
We should make that a playlist. Songs for Big Red.
Yeah, one we can all add to. To playlist. We're on the last question before the true or false round, which we'll do that quickly. Kids' question. It's the Everton first team Halloween party. Who's going dressed as what and why?
Mike looks really excited about this question.
I feel like Pickford. I feel sly on Pickford though after the week he's had, but he's the person that springs to mind of a methy outfit. So I'm just gonna have to carry on because imagine him thinking he's like in some kind of like superhero. I'm thinking he's dead fit with it like quite tight on him. Thinking he looks mad, maybe. That's the type of thing I can see him in. But I feel sly because he's had it every week. So, because
this is a little bit more disturbing than Mike's.
I don't really understand what Hannah's trying to describe here.
No.
You think
she
like
seems to have a
Pickford?
very, very specific image in mind, and
I think he's mad. So everyone's to like act all like thinking he's like gorgeous.
I just got an image of Jordan Pickford in a Catwoman leotard in my head then.
Yeah, spandex. Yeah.
Yeah, you could go with that instead then if you like. If that's what you want to see.
Didn't he get married in a pair of terrible jeans?
Oh yeah, I think he did, didn't he? Yeah.
Didn't he? I think they were actually worse than Thingy's jeans that he came on the pitch and Goodison wearing. What was his name?
Umar.
No, the fella who scored.
Oh, McGeady.
They were worse than McGeady's jeans.
But not worse than Zinedine Zidane's jeans. His gazelle jeans.
Oh, God. Yeah. Now, Mike, you like an ankle grazer?
Yeah.
You like an ankle grazer? They were like calf grazers, weren't they?
Honestly, they were top-level thigh grazers. They were not good.
They were ridiculous.
Not happy with them.
It always comes back to pants with you, Mike, doesn't it?
Yep. Pants and poos. Pants and poos.
That's the first mention of poo. We're like an hour in. Well,
yeah.
5 minutes in.
Yeah. Do you know what? You got some weeks you got to bide your time before you can mention the poos.
Yeah. Better impact. Matt?
What was the question again?
The Halloween party.
Oh, yeah. I didn't really have any... Well, I've got 3 potential ones. Someone would have to go as Jordan Pickford because he's now a monster, isn't he? Who kneecaps people and all sorts. So who'd go as Jordan Pickford? Not him, obviously, but...
Yerry Mina.
No, Yerry Mina is one of the other ones I feel strongly about. Yerry Mina
well, in that case, it's definitely Yerry Mina.
Yerry Mina would have to go as Frankenstein. He's just got a Frankenstein in shaped head. He's got a very flat top of his head, like Frankenstein. So I reckon he could do pretty well. Put a couple of bolts on his neck, get him in a raggedy suit. He'd be sound. He'd be laughing. Yeah. And the other one is Andre. He'd have to go as Count Dracula. Slick hair back.
That'd be sick, actually.
Yeah, slick hair back. He's definitely got the look for it, hasn't he? Bit of fangs in there.
And all that.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people would be happy for him to chew on the necks as well. So there you go.
I think Matt's got to get the point for that. So as things stand...
Am I not allowed to answer?
I thought you did, Mike.
When? What did I say?
You just rattled on about pants again. Yeah.
Said, I don't know. What's your answer then? Go ahead.
Right, I reckon I reckon Gylfi Sigurdsson would go as a gigantic foam finger. So do you
That's
know
not
one of them?
Halloween costume, is it?
Yeah. So what? Do you know
Anything
one of them ones having like American sports where it's like the big hand, it's like got the big pointing finger at the end.
Yeah.
So he'd be like in a full person-sized one of them, and like the finger comes out and his face is just in the middle of the finger because he's a big pointing meth. That would be.
You know what else? When you've just described that, what image came to my head? You know, inside like an old like car showroom, them big inflatable things which go in the winds. I could imagine him on one of them too, maybe.
That's a good shout, actually. Yeah, I'll give you that.
How would that work? You'd have to have like a hairdryer under his top the whole time and just walk around like that.
Imagine how many extension cords you'd have to use for that as well.
You'd have to like have like a power pack in your pocket or something just to plug
I
it
didn't
into.
think of the logistics of it. It's just when Mike described the picture of the foam finger, it made me think of that inside a car showroom.
I reckon if you had a couple of hair dryers, some black tape, and a power pack, you could make that happen.
Fire hazard, but that makes it even
Down the
funnier.
streets and seeing him like that.
You'd be fucking boiling like.
Nah, you put it on cool.
Oh.
Yeah. But you'd also have a power pack in your pockets, which I imagine would give off a lot of heat.
Matt, you're still getting the points.
Cheers, mate.
Well, it's not. It's all to play for still. Hannah's on 5, Mike's on 7, Matt's on 8, and there's
I really want to play for then.
There's 3 true or false questions. You can still tie it. You can still get the tiebreaker. Have everyone got like the phone on them or a pen and paper? I was meant to ask.
All right.
I've gone for my phone this week after being the only meth with a pen and paper last week after you telling me to.
Just so you can write true or false, so we can,
Can we just look at like T or?
Okay, yeah. All right, go T.
Sorry, what?
Or F. Yeah.
T
or F. Yeah.
How'd you do an F? There you go.
Just do that. T or F. This is great podcasting, by the way, for people who can't.
What's this going on YouTube? This is going on YouTube, isn't it?
Well, it is, but it's still going to go on the podcast, isn't it? So, first true or false, you ready? Charlie Chaplin came first in a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest. True or false? Okay.
3 truths.
Come on. Michael Keaton's real name.
I think you need to tell people what we've gone for.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So everyone went for true. Everyone went for true there, by the way.
Let me just write these down.
I'm still getting used to the format. Right, next one. Michael Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas. Also, Hannah and
Doing an F is hard.
false.
Just do that.
Mike's gone for true. Final one.
That looks like a less stand sign, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like an F either.
Final one. Cop-out to gobshites. Everyone got that one right. It was
I
true.
felt like I was on like Strictly then, and we were all putting our points up. Like
7.
The first one, Charlie Chaplin came first, and Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest is false. He came
oh.
I feel like I've heard that before.
contest. Michael Keaton's real name was Michael Douglas. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
NDA gets the point there. And Cop-out to gobshites, you all get a point, which makes Matt Jones this week's winner. Oh, hold
No,
on.
it doesn't.
No,
It's a draw, isn't it?
it doesn't.
You cheat.
Does- I
You
didn't cheat.
absolute cheating disgrace.
You took his last question away, and then you didn't count this point.
I thought it was, no, but I had an extra thing down. I had Matt's
Oh, yeah.
down, then scribbled it out because you hadn't given your answer. Then I give him the point again,
Yeah.
right?
There's mistakes happen, mate. Don't worry. It's absolutely fine.
These things happen. So, MDA, Hannah, sorry you've been ousted as the champion in this. Mike Diasha and Matt Jones have tied it on 9.
Are we just having it as a draw?
No, you need to do
no,
another
we've got a tiebreak.
question.
I say that would have been a bit anti-climax, wouldn't it?
Can we just say Mike's in no position to lambast anybody about counting because he infamously counted up the scores in 11s wrong once.
I
These
don't
things
think
happen.
numbers good.
It took me a few days to realise as well, and then I had to issue an apology on behalf of the Blue Room at the start of the next show.
I know numbers good.
Same. Right, so we're going to go with lowest attendances, all venues, all competitions for Everton.
Oh, wow.
No. Oh, no, we haven't actually. We haven't. So, don't think we have any. So Everton's. We have done this one. Sorry.
You're on the fire today.
I was not expecting. There you go. Highest away attendance in all competitions.
Ooh.
Oh. Wow, I didn't expect this. Anyway, Everton's highest attendance at an away ground was under Sam Allardyce when Everton played Tottenham away and lost 4-1.
When are we supposed to answer that?
No. You need to give me the attendance.
That's what I was thinking.
So you need to give me the attendance nearest one wins.
Okay.
So,
Who's going first?
Dibs going second.
All right.
Go ahead, Dan. Matt.
I'm going to go 81,000.
Okay, Mike?
Sorry, the highest away attendance.
Yeah.
So just Everton's fans.
No, the actual attendance at the ground.
No, that's Lille, mate. We took 100,000 to Lille, don't forget.
So is this one of them where whoever's closest wins?
Yeah.
81,001.
What is it?
81,001.
You went the wrong way, Mike.
Bastard.
7,251.
Yes.
Matt Jones is this week's winner.
Keep your pants on, mate. No celebrating for you today.
Who said I've got pants on anyway?
Oh.
You've
You've got the look of a man with pants on.
You would be wrong. You'd be wrong.
On that bombshell. Thanks to Mike, Hannah, and Matt for joining me.
What was the actual answer then?
76,251.
Okay.
You were quite close-ish, Matt.
I know, yeah. Cheers, man. Appreciate that.
The one before that, 76,129, was away at Man City in the FA Cup quarter-final in 1955-56. We lost 2-1. Just facts. Right, thanks, Mike. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Hannah. Thanks to everyone who sent questions in. We will catch you on Mailbag next time. Have a brilliant weekend. Up the Toffees.